If you want certainty, this isn't for you. If you want to think more clearly, then by all means stay. I've been thinking a lot about clarity lately, and not the loud kind. The kind that shows up when things finally slow down. Most people aren't confused because they lack information. They're confused because there's too much noise. There are plenty of spaces or plenty of places online that tell you what to think and how to feel and who you're supposed to be. And that's not what this is. This is more like a place to sit for a minute, to think out loud, and to notice things. No hype, no outrage, no performance. I don't consider myself a guru. That word has never really fit, and to be quite frank, I never really liked that word anyway. And and what I just said, to be quite frank, as if I'm not going to be frank anyway. It's like when somebody says, "Can I be honest with you?" as if they weren't going to be honest with you to begin with. Why do we say those things? Why do we preface that before we say certain things? Things like that. We're going to kind of delve into those cognitive biases and whatnot. But I've lived long enough to see patterns in myself, in the world, in other people, and some of them help and some of them don't. For me, faith is part of that noticing, and not in a loud way, not in a way that demands agreement, more in the sense that there has to be something solid underneath all of us, or eventually it all just starts to slide. One thing I've noticed also is that people who've been through uh, real hardships, they tend to slow down. They listen more, they choose their words more carefully, and not because they're afraid, but because they know that words carry weight, and words can be used as shields or they can be used as daggers. And yeah, I'm not here to curate a persona. I'm human. I speak plainly, sometimes imperfectly, but I care about alignment between what I believe, what I say, and how I live. When something doesn't line up, it gets adjusted. And here you'll find longer conversations, slower thinking. Sometimes we'll land somewhere clear, and sometimes we won't. And both of those will be just fine. At some point, everyone runs into the same question: what actually holds when everything else shifts? And I've found that some things move and some things don't move. And this is the place to explore that difference. And if that sounds useful, then you're welcome here. Uh, Even if it doesn't sound useful, maybe hanging around for a little while, maybe you will learn that you are in fact welcome here, and you will become, or you will start to feel welcome.